I may make one or two more of these as I remember stuff. Just as you get older, you kind of tend to forget stuff or stuff kind of run together. But anyway, I think it's probably going to be a lot of people here that don't know who Walter Cronkite was. He was an anchorman for CBS News. He was on there's a very famous video of him announcing the death of JFK. Like I said, I think he stayed on until early '80s, and another guy took over. It's just three people that were anchorman for CBS. But now, if you were a kid back in the '60s, '70s, if you had a shortwave radio, you probably listened to like Radio Havana, Radio Moscow. They had English language, broadcasters, directed towards the United States. But if you listen to it and you're smart, you realize that's pretty much just propaganda. And if you listen to the news today, and if you're smart, you can kind of pick out what propaganda is. You can it's got a different sound to it. It's just people just writing a script for these people, but just reading them off. You're not really paying attention to what they're reading. But anyway. Let's see. There was another guy on CBS News, Charles Kuralt. It was On the Road with Charles Kuralt. Now his videos are some of them are here on YouTube, and they're very 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 interesting. I've watched some of them, but he would kind of get in the backwoodsy places and kind of report how people lived in middle America. He had an old RV that now he was a YouTuber before YouTuber existed. I mean, if YouTube had been around in the days of Charles Kuralt, I'm sure he's gone. But if Charles Kuralt were led today, he would be on YouTube. He wouldn't be on CBS News. Another guy did just about the same thing for a local station here. It was Bill Everton. Now, some of his videos are here on YouTube. You type Bill Everton, you'll find them. But they say most of his stuff is here in Arizona. Like I said, he was he's probably gone by now. Now, there was another guy using that name. It might be a son or something. I saw some stuff, from him here on YouTube that I don't think was ever on the news, but I'm not 100% sure. But old cars with points. If you had an old vehicle with points, man, I got to hate points because every few months you got to go in and play with them. But it's one thing that has really improved on the newer vehicles, electronic ignition and fuel injection. Man, it's made a lot of vehicles run better. But I'm sure that's why a lot of people are taking older vehicles and updating the drivetrains on them, for the newer engine and stuff. Or some people will rebuild the existing engine and put electronic distributor on there. Some people are doing that, but that's always an option on an older engine. And anyway, I had an old pickup that I'd put a PA speaker on top of. I had a Olivia Newton-John's Let's Get Physical album on an 8-track tape. Used to love to go down the road playing let's get physical, let me hear your body talk. I don't know that song. When that song come back out in the late '70s somewhere. Another song that the first rock song, listen to it before I even knew it was a rock song, was like Toto's Roseanne. I used to love that song. And that was the first song I knew of the words to. Second song I knew because he pretty much repeated the same words over and over again. That's what that song is. And same thing with Pat Benatar's Physical. Shadows of the Night. That's the second rock song I knew of. I knew that was a rock song when I listened to it, but I used to love Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar is still around. She's still performing, which has surprised me. She's about a year or two older than me, but she married her guitar player, and they've been together forever, which doesn't happen with celebrity couples, but they stay together. I guess I'll cover Pat Benatar in another. I actually saw her at a concert back about '82 or something like that. I'll cover that in another video probably. But let's see. I was going to cover a couple of things. I remember what they were. Let's see. My first computer was like a Coleco Atom, and I got that back in the early '80s. That actually worked pretty good. I don't know why. Let's see. That was my second. My first one was a Timex Sinclair computer with those little things you put together as a kit. And it had a black and white display. Is that ZX80 processor on it? I'm trying to remember some other things. I actually got a modem for it. I had a modem for my Coleco Atom. Trying to think some of this stuff. I'll cover those in future videos. Anyway. Like I said, if you're an old timer like me, I start a YouTube channel and talk about the old stuff in the good old days. I don't know. The good old days were good in some aspects. Good old days weren't as good for some other aspects. I remember back in the '60s that we had those race wars down in the South, but I was a kid back at that time. I don't remember that too well, and it didn't really happen here. It happened in another part of the U.S. I do remember growing up, watching the events of the Vietnam War, and thinking I might end up getting. I think a lot of guys of my generation kind of had that thought that we're probably going to end up getting in the middle of it. It ended just about the time we turned 18, so we didn't end up in that conflict anyway. Okay, love y'all. Bye bye.